Alrighty, what's up guys? Mr. Meow here, very excited, really happy about Call of Duty Cold War Zombies. So guys, I'm going to be doing a series of videos on Cold War Zombies. It'll include an intro video for anybody that's a little confused about the zombie system, and then any kind of strats that I have for high rounds. I won't be really doing any Easter egg tutorials or anything like that. I feel like there's a lot of people that cover that content, but I will be doing a lot of high round strategy videos in the coming weeks, so let's get started guys. And don't forget, if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also guys, if you haven't already, go follow my Twitch. I play zombies on there a ton. Twitch.tv/Mr. Meownandez. I play zombies frequently. I play Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4. I will be playing lots of Cold War in the coming months. Grinding to Grandmaster Prestige. I assume that'll be a thing in this game again. I'm doing mostly zombies on Cold War. Not really a huge multiplayer guy for that game, but I might play some Warzone when it comes out if I like it. So I have been playing zombies since day one. I played World at War, played Notch as soon as it was released. I've been playing zombies ever since. I've played every single Treyarch Zombies game. I've actually played a lot of the other Call of Duty companies that made zombies as well, just to try them out. None of them really compared to Treyarch Zombie series. I've been playing for a long time. I mostly play for high rounds, so I have a lot of high rounds under my belt. I almost got the classified Easter egg, but I would always lag out, so I kind of gave up on it. So I always go for it, try and get it done. Let's get started. I'm really excited to start doing some zombies videos, guys. So we're going to get started with create a class. Now, the create a class is very simple. You just pick a starter weapon and a field upgrade. Now, keep in mind, as you level up, you're going to unlock more options. You're going to unlock attachments for your starter weapon, and you can unlock the ability to level them up at certain levels for different guns. Now, keep in mind, if you're playing multiplayer or you're playing zombies, you share an account level for Cold War. It's not like Black Ops 3 and 4 where you had a multiplayer level and then a zombies level. They're actually shared in this game, so as long as you're playing the game, you're actually just leveling up, which is pretty cool to me. If you're not in the mood to play zombies but you still want to level up, you can go over and play some multiplayer. Warzone isn't out yet, but I think it will probably share between all three, more than likely. But just keep in mind, it's very simple. Your create a class weapon is your starter weapon. Keep that in mind, and your field upgrade, you can't change that. Your field upgrade is essentially an ultimate. We'll get to that later. You're just going to pick your starter weapon, whether it's an SMG, shotgun, whatever. It's up to you. Whatever you fancy. This game, you don't start with a pistol unless you choose the starter pistol, which I'm not judging anybody. Whatever weapon you choose is what you're going to start with. So now we're going to get to the skills. And when it comes to the zombies skills, you are able to level up all of these different skills using these crystals that you get from just playing the game. You get a crystal every 5 levels, starting at round level 10. So once you complete level 10, you'll be getting a crystal. You can use that crystal to upgrade your skills, whether it be a weapon class, field upgrade, perk, or ammo mod. And essentially what these skills do is they just give you buffs throughout the game. You don't have to pick a certain one. These buffs are just active. So when it comes to the first skill, we're going to cover the weapon class skill. You see these folders here. You go to skills, weapon class, and you have a bunch of folders. You have to level up to unlock more folders. You start out with the SMG. Now you see here, every single skill basically has 3 tiers. It's very simple, very easy. If you get crystals, you can just unlock these tiers, and very simple. For your SMG, you can essentially get 10% more damage. Up close, you get 10% more damage on critical damage. All sorts of good stuff. For the SMG, the shotgun's the same thing. So you have a shotgun. You get that pretty level 8 or 9. You get it pretty fast, so SMG and shotgun, you should be upgrading those. I maxed my shotgun immediately and I still use it. It becomes really powerful when you have these upgrades on there. Doing more armor damage is really good against all these different zombie bosses that they have. And just getting your extra 10 to 20%, it really makes a big difference. A lot bigger than you would think. But when you go to your pistols, tactical rifles, snipers, LMGs, AR, and your melee, you actually unlock those at a pretty high level. I don't think you get tactical rifles till like 26. You get pistol at like 18, but I don't really ever use the pistol in zombies. The shotgun's really good. I used that as my starter weapon for a while, but I go mostly just tac now. I use the M16 and the pump shotgun. Those are just the 2 weapons. I kind of gave up on spending the box, but maybe you don't want to do that. So the easiest way to explain the weapon classes, you essentially get to buff that weapon class for your character any game that you're playing. You don't have have to have SMGs act like you don't select one. You literally just unlock these buffs and they're permanent. So if you pick up a shotgun, you'll get that buff while you're using it. If you pick up an SMG and if you have an SMG buff, if you have it max, it doesn't matter if you put the shotgun down. You don't have to. I like the fact that you get all these buffs permanently. I like the fact that you don't have to choose. Oh, do you want to have AR buffs or do you want to have SMG buffs? It's like you just unlock them all. You don't have to worry about them later. I personally just focus on the weapons that I prefer to use. I didn't waste any crystals on upgrading the ones that I don't use because I don't really use them. I do think that this game is designed to allow you to play any weapon that you want. So if you like a weapon, you can it's probably pretty good once you upgrade it all the way. And don't underestimate how good these upgrades are for your weapon class. I would, if you like a weapon, definitely try and upgrade that class and just try it out because this game gives you a lot of ways to buff these weapons so they're all pretty usable. So next we're going to get into the field upgrades. So this is a bit different because you can only have one field upgrade. Whatever class you choose, that's the one field upgrade you get for the game. There's some really interesting field upgrades. So the field upgrades, as I said earlier, they're essentially just ult. They take time to charge. The more kills you get, the faster it'll charge. So if you go and get a ton of kills in succession, it'll charge you. In my experience, every time I've used the chopper gunner, it's just insta-filled my field upgrade. So just get kills, it'll charge your field upgrade fast. And the buffs that you can get for leveling up your field upgrades are really intense. I started using Shroud yesterday and it is really good. All of these are, the only one that I don't think is that good without field upgrades is the healing. It's not that great without the tier 3 upgrade, but when you get the tier 3 upgrade, you can just do your healing wave and it reses people, which I think is insane. That makes it a really good option. I think all of these are very powerful options, which is really interesting. It just kind of depends on your playstyle. The energy mine is really good to just get some kills and kind of control an area. If you know you have a train, throw the mine down there. Does a ton of damage. If you want to use the shroud, it's really good. You know, if you're stuck, you can literally just, it's basically like a Wraith form. If anybody played Apex or if you played Overwatch, it's kind of like Reaper's tactical ability. You just kind of you're not seen by the zombies while you're in this form. It's just a good escape. Doesn't do any damage. But the interesting thing is you can damage the zombies while you're in this shroud form. Very powerful, especially if you're using a wonder weapon. You can just damage them a ton. Then you have Frost Blast. I at first didn't like the idea of Frost Blast until I started playing more. It's a very good get out of jail free card. If you get cornered or surrounded, it's a good option to have. It just gets you out of that situation. And if you upgrade it all the way, it really helps you get out of those really tight spots where you get cornered or surrounded by whatever. And it's actually a very viable option. I underestimated it in the beginning. I looked at it and I was like, oh, I'm not a fan of this, but it's actually pretty good. Again, it's just going to come down to play style. Then you have the Ring of Fire, which is super fun, really awesome. It just creates a ring of fire around you, and if you're inside of it, you get a damage buff. You do more damage while you're in there, and if the zombies come into the ring, they take fire damage over time. And if you upgrade it all the way, you do a ton more damage, and they take more damage inside of it. So it's just a powerful option. You're trying to DPS some, there's a lot of bosses, so maybe you're trying to DPS the boss more. Boom, ring of fire, and those are kind of all your field upgrades. I would recommend trying them all and just trying to find the one that you like. And upgrading them is worth. When you find the ones that you like and dislike, upgrade the ones that you like because it's worth. Even, in my opinion, I don't like the healing wave without upgrades at all. If it has no upgrades, it's worthless. But even the second upgrade is pretty good because it stuns and knocks down the zombies. It stuns the bosses, but knocks down like all the regular zombies, which is really, really good. On top of healing you and everybody near you and also rezzing them if they're knocked. It's just kind of your teammate gets knocked. It's kind of a little get out of jail free card. But again, you have to have all 3 upgrades on the healing wave. So now, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the perk. Last game, we had perks none of us ever seen. It confused us. It scared us. Jug was gone. Quick was gone. It was all gone. They've brought all of our OG perks back. We got Speed Cola. We got Jug. We got Quick Revive. We don't have Double Tap, but I'm okay with it. They've built a pretty good system here. So you have your OG ones, your Jug, your Speed, your Quick Revive. You also have Stamina, and Deadshot is making a return, but they've added a new-ish perk called Elemental Pop. Now, again, you can upgrade these. You'll see them in your skills once you level up enough. I think you start out with Jug. I think Jug is the first one you're able to like level up, and I cannot stress this enough, ladies and gentlemen, level up your Juggernog. When you get the third upgrade, it gives you 100 more health instead of 50. That is a difference maker. All of its buffs are really good. All of these perks have insane buff. Speed Cola, Quick Revive, Stamina, Elemental, Deadshot, they all have really good level ups. I'm leveling up all of them. I'm not even going to be like, oh, I don't like this perk. I'm leveling them all up, and I'm not going to mess around because they all come with really good benefits if you upgrade them all the way. Even Stamina, where it's like you take no fall damage, and you can backpedal faster, which comes in huge handy when you're dealing with trains, and if you're shooting a certain weapon, could help you out a ton. Quick Revive, you bleed out longer, you get your teammates up. Quick Revive's always just kind of bread and butter there. Speed. So Speed has an interesting one on top of if you max it out, you get 30% faster reloading, but you also charge your field upgrade faster, which will come in handy, trust me. Definitely recommend trying to upgrade all these if you can, because they're all just really good upgrades. It's not like the weapons or the field upgrades where I would only recommend using your crystals to level up the ones that you like or use. These, you use all of them. You can actually pick up all the perks in this game. There's not a limit of 4. You can actually pick up all 6 perks in the game. I will repeat that one more time. You can pick up all the perks in the game. No limitation, so it's definitely worth just leveling all of them up as you get them, as they unlock. The final skill we're going to go over is the ammo mod. So ammo mods is making a return. It's been in a lot of the previous Treyarch games when you try to double pack and you get that secondary ammo effect. That's changed in this game. Now, you could just go up to Pack-a-Punch and scroll over and choose which ammo mod you want for 2,000 essence. It's not called points anymore. Now it's called essence. But yeah, for 2,000 points, you can just choose which ammo mod you want. It's the same ones. You have Napalm, Dead Wire, Cryo Freeze, and Brain Rot. And leveling them up, once again, if you know which one you like, level that one up when you want. You don't get those till later. You can use them pretty early, but you can't level them up till later. But once you start getting them, I would definitely, if you unlock leveling up for the one that you like or two that you like, level them up. It's worth it. I love the fact that it reduced RNG on that. I remember playing games and I would just be spinning Pack-a-Punch just trying to get Brain Rot because I personally love Brain Rot. I would just be I would waste thousands upon thousands of points just trying to get Brain Rot on a gun. It would frustrate me a lot. I like this game has reduced RNG a lot, has reduced a lot of the complications. I'm really glad they've done that. Again, the ammo mods, you could just buy them outright. You don't have to roll them. You don't have to Pack-a-Punch once and then Pack-a-Punch again. You can buy your ammo mods outright, whichever one you want. 2,000. So now we're going to get into a little bit of the new gameplay. Now I'm going to start with something that might be a little confusing at first, is the fact that the zombies now drop loot. Now when I say that, you'll see here you killing zombies, they drop a material. Now they can drop this material, which is called salvage, or they can drop different items. They can drop grenades, they can drop tactical nades, they can drop this green salvage, which we'll cover that in a second, and then they also can drop the higher rarity salvage, which is called high grade salvage. Now, keep in mind, you no longer start the game with grenades. You can only get grenades by crafting them or from getting them from zombies. The zombies do drop them quite a lot, so keep that in mind. But this is a very interesting system, but I like it because it reduces RNG and it's very simple. You just have this green salvage and the blue salvage, and that's it. There's not a bunch of other nonsense. There's not a bunch of parts that you have to go get for this and that. You literally just kill a bunch of zombies. You'll get this stuff. There's not really a trick to it. You just keep killing them. They all have a chance to drop it, I'm pretty sure. Now, you're probably asking yourself or wondering, what do I do with the salvage, this material that the zombies drop? Well, we're going to go over it now. So there's 3 stations in the game. One of the stations is called an armory. The other one is just a crafting table, and then obviously the Pack-a-Punch. So we're going to go over Pack-a-Punch first. Very simple. You get 3 upgrades with Pack-a-Punch. Any weapon can be upgraded 3 times, including your ray gun. I think the wonder weapon of the map is excluded, but the ray gun you can upgrade. Your first Pack-a-Punch upgrade is 5,000, your second one is 15,000, and the third one is 30,000. And the damage upgrades are very significant, so they are very, very very powerful. And then obviously when you're at Pack-a-Punch, you can scroll over or right bumper if you're on controller, and then you can select your ammo mod of choice. Again, I prefer Brain Rot, but they're all pretty good in their own way, especially with the proper upgrades now. Then you have crafting tables. Now, crafting tables are very different in this game because you actually gather the material that the zombies drop and you take it to the crafting tables and you can craft grenades, you can craft tactical grenades, and you can craft kill streaks. Now, we're going to go over the kill streaks in a second, but I want to note that when you get a max ammo, you no longer, if you say you have a hatchet or throwing axe, if you get a max ammo, you don't get that back. So when you throw it, you have to pick it back up. Getting a max ammo doesn't give it back to you, but you can now hold up to 5 of them. So if you get enough material, you can just craft 5 of whatever grenade or whatever tactical you like. The stuns actually stun the zombies in this game, which is pretty interesting. You can stun a horde of zombies and somebody can wipe them out with something. There's a lot of cool things you can pull off. The big catch here is you can now craft monkey bombs. You don't have to sit there and waste away trying to spin the box till you get monkeys. Now if you just get enough of the crafting material, you can just go to the crafting table and build monkeys. You can build Semtex grenades, you can build frag grenades, you can build monkeys, you can build throwing axe. Those are your lethal options, and then your tactical options come flashbang. You can make a stim, which I like making stims just because you could get hit, you can stim yourself back up, do whatever. A lot of different options there. And the big new item that they've added to this game is you can now craft kill streak. Now your first kill streak, very cheap. Now the kill streaks cost the high grade blue salvage that the zombies drop. More rare. You're going to get a lot of the green stuff, and you can craft the tactical and lethal grenades with all of your green salvage that the zombies drop. But your blue salvage, that's your good stuff. Now you can craft a firebow, which does a ton of damage. You can craft a sentry gun, which is actually really good. You put it down somewhere and it lays waste to the zombies for a solid, I want to say 20 seconds. Could be overestimating that, but it does a lot. It gets the job done. It's not like some of the old sentry guns in the past that were just worthless. You also can get a grenade launcher, which I haven't personally used yet, but I plan to. And then your big ticket item is you can get a chopper gunner. And this thing is good. When you pop the chopper gunner, the zombies ignore you, and you can literally it is nuts. You can wipe out an entire wave of zombies. I think the chopper gunner lasts the normal amount of time that it does in multiplayer and does a ton of damage. When we get to exfilling, I definitely recommend bringing those items in there when you're trying to exfil. Chopper Gunner makes the exfil free. It makes it such an easy exfil. We'll get to what exfil is later on, but at least bring the firebow in there. And those items are just really good. And so your final station though, we're going to get to now is the upgrade station slash armory. So in the armory, you have 2 things you can do. One, you can craft armor for yourself. You have level 1 armor, level 2 armor, and level 3 armor. So level 1 and 2 armor, they cost your green salvage, and then your level 3 armor costs your blue salvage. So it's going to be a lot harder to get your level 3 armor. And at this station, you can also replenish your armor, which is really good. I think it costs the green salvage to replenish your armor. So what the armor does is it's not extra health. It's kind of extra health, but what it does is it splits when a zombie hits you. It does half to your health and half to the armor. So you're taking less damage. And trust me, at later rounds, when you get to like round 30, 40, 50, if you're getting hit without armor, you're basically just dying. The armor is really good. The zombies actually can drop little armor plates that they heal you for a little bit of your armor. And there's a skill that you can add to give you more healing from the armor plate. That's like one of the zombie loots that they drop. Yeah, so at the armory, you can craft this armor for yourself. You can replenish the armor. It's in a very tricky place, so you're not able to just kind of freely do it whenever you want. And then your other option is actually extremely interesting because you can actually upgrade your gun's damage more. Your 3 pack-a-punches aren't the only upgrade for your damage for whatever weapon you're using. And so you have 3 tiers. Your first 2 tiers cost you green salvage, and then your third tier is going to cost you blue salvage. So I don't know if you're seeing the trend, but your higher end items will cost the blue, and everything that's kind of lower tier or just kind of average is going to be green salvage. And I finally got to a game recently where I got a weapon that was upgraded all 3 times at the armory and pack-a-punch 3 times, and your weapons are still really good at like level 50, that's pretty good. And I'm talking whether you're using a shotgun or you're using a tactical rifle, if you have your weapon skills upgraded and you have, all these damage buffs, your gun is good. You can use that gun at level 40. You can use that gun at level 50. I mean, that's the highest I've gone, so I don't know where it'll cap out. But the upgrade station is very important and really simple. Like I said, you just kill zombies, you get materials to do all these things. So another really cool, interesting, simple, easy thing that they added to Cold War that I think has made this game way better than a lot of the games in the past is your weapons out of the box and your weapons that you buy off the wall come at a rarity. So it's the same rarity as everything else. You have green, you have blue, you have purple, and you have gold. And those are the same rarities that the armory will give you. So if you buy a blue weapon off the wall, you already have two upgrades from the armory. You have to still purchase your purple. And getting a gold weapon is pretty hard, getting 4 upgrades from the armory, but it's possible. And also, you can just spin these weapons from the box. So every weapon can come in any rarity in the box, which is if you get a purple or gold weapon that you like out of the box, you save a lot of salvage. And the big important part is the fact that these rarities actually have a damage difference. These are your armory upgrade. So if you find a purple shotgun in the box, and you have a green one, you drop your green one for the purple one. The purple one's doing more damage. Very simple. I like the fact that they added that to the game. There are wall buys also that are purple and blue, and I find that very interesting. You can buy certain weapons. There's ARs that are green on the wall. There's a sniper that's purple somewhere on the map. There's blue shotgun somewhere, green shotgun somewhere. So I find that really interesting, and it can save you some salvage, like I said. I recommend trying out a bunch of different weapons because a lot of these weapons are actually pretty viable, and they're a lot better than I initially thought. Because I'm kind of used to traditional zombies where you want to have an LMG or a wonder weapon or whatever craftable Easter egg item like the fire bows or staffs and all that stuff that you just craft. The sword from Shadow of Evil. Usually you just try and get whatever wonder weapon, there are no buildable shields at the moment that I've seen, but like I said, I like the fact that they simplified the game. You just kill zombies and you get stuff. I kind of got tired of just having to look up tutorials, having to look up where these parts are for every map. Learning all these parts for every map got really tedious, and if I came back to a map after not playing it for a while, I didn't like having to watch a 10-20 minute set of videos just to kind of remember where all the stuff was. This game is very simple. You kill zombies, you get salvage. The salvage lets you do all kinds of upgrades. And out of the game, you use crystals to upgrade your skills. You get crystals by just playing the game. Every 5 levels gives you another crystal, starting at level 10. And once you get to 30, it actually increases. So at level 30, you get 2 crystals. 35 gives you 2 crystals, and then 40 gives you 3 crystals, 45 gives you 3 crystals, and then 50 gives you 4 crystals. I assume that it keeps going up like that, but I haven't gone past 55. So the last thing I'm going to go over is the newest addition that they added to zombies. A very simple thing, and it's called Exfil. You heard me mention it earlier. Now, say you're playing the game and you decide that you just want to dip out. You have that option now. Starting at level 10, you start getting the option to exfil every 5 rounds. And the higher the level, the more you get. So if you exfil at round 15, you get more XP, almost double, I want to say. You basically double your XP if you exfil. So if you're trying to rank up, if you're trying to prestige a bunch, like exfilling is actually worth it at the high levels. And you also get more crystals. So if you're trying to grind crystals, exfilling is also kind of worth. And no, you get the same amount of crystals that you got for that level. So it's if you exfil at like 10 and 15, you only get 1 extra crystal. But if you exfil at 30, 35, you get more crystals, and you get a ton of XP. So when you try to exfil, you'll see this radio appear in the spawn, and they'll tell you the evac helicopter is available. So all you do is you go and you interact with it, and if you're playing solo, it'll just start the evacuation process. You have to go to this area of the map. But if you have multiple players, they have to vote on it. So if you get 3 out of the 4 players to vote, then the exfil will start. So on this map, you have to go over here in the quick revive area, and you can only do this in the quick revive area. If someone's killing zombies outside of the quick revive area, it will not count towards the exfil number. So you see right here in the left side, there's a number of zombies that need to be killed in the area. So you have to wipe out all those zombies, and then the helicopter will land and pull you out. And again, you get a ton of rewards for it. You get a ton of XP. You get another crystal or 2 depending on what level you are. I imagine that if you try and exfil at like 40, 50, it gives you like 3 more crystals, 4 more crystals, and so on at the higher levels. But again, if you're trying to grind those levels, trying to grind those crystals, exfil is definitely the play. You also get a skin if you exfil 3 times successfully, you unlock one of the characters, so that's a cool thing. And I really like the option for players that don't want to exfil. You don't have to. You just play till you die. And if you want to try and exfil, it's worth it. It's a challenge. You have to kill like 80 zombies in 45 seconds or something like that. So at the high levels, it's difficult. It's very difficult. I recommend always bringing a chopper gunner into exfil. It makes exfilling a lot easier. If you try to exfil at 20 and you guys don't have pack-a-punch weapons, you don't have jug, like you don't have your perks, it's going to be hard. But I have solo exfilled with just the chopper gunner and it wasn't that hard at like 25. So just get a chopper gunner. The chopper gunner costs the most out of your kill streaks. 500 of the blue salvage is not easy to come by. It can take you a couple rounds to get it. It can take you 10 rounds to get it. The blue salvage is actually pretty rare, a rare drop. It's not like super rare, but you get it at a lot lower rate, so it'll take you a while to get to 500. On top of the fact that you're trying to get level 3 armor and higher damage at the armory, it adds up really fast. So just keep killing zombies. That's that's what I like about it. It's simple. You just kill zombies and you get more stuff. And that's X-filling, guys. It's a really cool concept. I like it. It's a really cool concept. I like it a lot. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing where zombies goes. I do think that we'll probably get a new map whenever the first battle pass comes out. I think, who knows, they might just go, oh, DLC, never mind. But I have a feeling that they're going to be releasing a new map and content with every battle pass for zombies. They seem to be more invested in it, which I'm very excited about. Black Ops 4 was really disappointing. They got our hopes really high and then they kind of just bailed on us like after the game came out. Overall, guys, I'm just really excited to get more of this content out, and I will be releasing more strategy videos going forward, different builds if you want to go with a submachine gun class, what different weapon combos you want to go for high rounds. And if there's anything in particular that you guys want to see, let me know. I'm down to do whatever. I love zombies. Again, I've gotten to Grandmaster Prestige in Black Ops 3 and 4. I play zombies. I love zombies. I've done every Easter egg. I'm not a huge Easter egg guy. I always do them once and then I'm kind of done with it because then I just start stratting for high rounds. I love going for high rounds. I'm gonna try and I hit 55. So my gameplay for this game was actually my 55 run. I sat down. I'm like, I'm gonna record some gameplay for this video. I ended up going 55 rounds, and the game's been out 2 days. So I definitely will have some really high round strats for you guys, like 70 plus. Hopefully, I don't know if 100's achievable, but if it is, I'll get there. And again, if there's anything you guys want to see, let me know. Mr. Meow out, guys. I'm really hyped for zombies. Let's get it going, boys.